Anna here at Dee's. The last traditional colored grapevine fall wreath kit sold out in a day. So I wanted to give you another option if you missed out on that one. It's the same kind of beautiful colors for fall with the reds, oranges, yellows, and greens, but it's a little different. It's got like magnolia leaves and berries and things like that, but you're gonna get all the same beautiful coloring, and it's gonna be a new kit that's up on shopdeeslouisville.com. But you do know they sell out really quick. So if you like this one, don't forget to go grab it real quick. And I'm gonna make this one a little different than the last one. Last time it was on this side here. I'm gonna do it more kind of up here, kind of coming down. We've got beautiful stuff to put in it today. So first up, we've got a magnolia leaf stem. I'm gonna chop it in two, use it twice. Really pretty. Again, all the colors, the leaves are all wired, so it's really nice to use. We've got two shorter little picks, again, that have all the great colors of fall on there. And we've got a long berry stem we're also gonna cut in half. And then we have two beautiful ribbons that we're going to use as well. So what I've started with is an 18-inch grapevine wreath frame. This will not be included in the kit. This is the only thing that won't be in the kit. But if you need one, they are up on the shopdeeslouisville.com. Or you might have one at home you can rip all the stuff off of, and it's going to work perfect. But I like this 18-inch because it's a good medium size, perfect for a front door, and it just fills it in really nicely. So what I'm going to do different this time though is I'm actually going to start with the bow. So normally you know that I put the bow on last, but I'm going to start with the bow today. And it just gives you a little bit different look. It kind of has the ribbon fading into the background a little bit more, but I am going to leave some long tails so it still shows up really well. So first up, I chose this beautiful moss green ribbon. It's got the orange back to it, and it's just a really nice designer ribbon. It's really good quality with that faux silk. So it does run a little bit more, but it's gonna hold its shape. As you can see, the wire's really good in it. But if you like this one, this is actually listed by itself on the shopdeeslouisville.com. So you can get the 10-yard roll by itself if you want. But you're gonna get the yardage you need in the kit to do it the way I'm gonna show you today. So I'm gonna start with this one in my hand. And this bow that I'm doing today is more of a 4-yard bow. So it is a little bit larger than we normally do on a wreath or a swag, but it's gonna be really nice and pretty, show up well. So I'm gonna leave a tail going up first, and I'm gonna make 3 nice big loops. As you can see, that orange on the background just really shows up. It just adds a different element, which is super nice. But I'm gonna go ahead and make all 3 loops. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. But when I cut this one, I'm gonna leave this tail quite a bit longer because I want it to come through the middle of the wreath. So leave yourself about 24 inches. Now you're ready to add your plaid on top. I chose a very traditional colored plaid. It's got a little shimmer to it too though, which I like a lot, just to add a little interest to it. I'm going right on top. I'm gonna do this tail kind of a different direction there. So that one goes that way. I'm gonna just do this one off to this side. And again, I'm gonna make 3 nice size loops because I really do want the bow to show up well. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, and my third one, I'm gonna go kind of right on top here. And again, leave that tail about 24 inches. So you can see it is quite a bit bigger of a bow than we're used to, but it's nice and showy. Now I'm gonna grab a little piece of wire to tie it off. I'm going right where my hand is. And I'm gonna tie this bow onto this grapevine frame at about like 1 or 2 o'clock, slightly off to the right upper side here. I'm gonna turn it so these long tails come down because I want them to go there. And again, right about here, right about 130, I'm gonna go right here, twist it on. And then I'm gonna flatten it out a little bit, but I'm gonna cut my tails up here. I'm gonna not cut these right now and see how long I wanna leave them after I put the floral on there. But you can go ahead and cut the top ones. So as you can see, again, it's a nice full bow, really pretty, just kind of nice and fluffy, stands up really well. And those ribbons just look really good. Sometimes I'll turn those to the side too, so you just see a little bit more of that orange. All right, now I'm ready to add stems. I'm actually gonna start with the magnolia leaves today. They're the biggest part on this wreath, and I want them to kind of be the background for the pretty berries and things we have. So I'm gonna cut it into 2. It really divides nicely. As you can see, like this is a little bit smaller, but I'm just gonna cut it here, leave myself a nice long stick there to shove into the grapevine wreath with a little glue. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off too. Now I've got 2 really nice size pieces, and these magnolia leaves are just so pretty. I'm gonna do this, there's slightly smaller one kind of coming down here. Leave yourself a nice gap because we do have those other picks to fill in. So let these kind of hang a little bit lower. Dunk it in a little hot glue there. Push it into your grapevine wreath. Okay. Next up, I'm going to add this one to the other side. The reason why I chose to do the bigger one off to the left is because this leaf that kind of hangs out over there, I kind of want it to go behind the bow there. So I just held it up, kind of see where I want it. And again, dip it in a little glue and push it into the wreath. So now you can see that magnolia leaf kind of mixes in with the bow there, and it looks really nice. This one to me is sticking out a little. I'm going to go in a little further to the wreath with that one. Okay. Now I'm ready to add in the smaller picks. These are beautiful with a nice mix. So you get some pine cones, but you also get eucalyptus and berries and things like that. And I'm going to use them as one chunk. And I'm going to do one kind of down here and one more up here. These have a shorter stem, so you can cut it, but I'm going to leave it nice and long today because I am going up and underneath of a bow. So you're going to do one to one side and one to the other. Just push it into the wreath and then move all that ribbon around so you still see all that pretty stuff. Maybe move some euc into the bow. Fluff those leaves down, mix them in with the magnolias. And it's just giving you a nice, really traditional fall colored wreath. All right, now I'm ready to add that one here. As you can see, that's a nice big gap right there for the next one. We're just gonna tuck it in, move the bow back a little bit. And again, move those around, put some in the bow. Very nice. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna add some berries. So this berry stem is huge, and you can get 3 or 4 really good chunks out of it. So just kind of open it up a little bit and start cutting it apart. So there's one, here's another one, 2, and then let's see here. Yep, I'm gonna get 4 out of this one. Let's see, 3 and 4. So one of these I'm gonna go up kind of behind the bow here. Since they're all about the same size, you don't have to worry about where you put them. So the first one I'm gonna go kind of there. And then I'm gonna do the one over here kind of off the edge of these magnolias down here. And berries just add a really nice texture. These are actually the waterproof berries, so they're unpoppable. They work great on a front door. You're not gonna have problems with them popping or falling off. Fluff that a little. Really like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one down here, and then I think I'm gonna do my last one up in here by the pine cones. So let's move these a little bit. Kind of let that hang down. That looks nice. And then I've got one more. I'm gonna do it kind of mixed in down here with the ribbon tails. So I'm gonna go up behind this, push it in, maybe bring it back to the front of the ribbon. And now I'm ready to step back and kind of move some stuff around. So I just like to look at it and adjust, like maybe this ribbon loop should kind of go this way a little bit. And as you can see, the bow still shows up really well, but it also is really nicely mixed in with all the floral because we did put it on there first. Okay, and now I've got these 2 tails I'm gonna cut. I always, again, since it's nice designer ribbon that we have, I like to let the ribbon do some of the work. This orange and green one though, I am gonna roll so that when you pull out that other side, you're gonna see some of that orange, which is really nice. And then just cut that little tail there. All right, and then this guy is really long, so I'm gonna do the same kind of thing. Roll it. Just really pretty bow on that one. And cut that one a little bit shorter. All right, so I am good to go. And as you can see, it just offers a really nice, beautiful traditional wreath. I like that it's up on the top, kind of swagging a little bit, so it offers a nice twist to it. But this is perfect if you missed out on the first one and you like this coloring. Go on shopdeeslouisville.com. You can get this kit and make it yourself.